on.
God. Oh my God, Paul,
anything.
bring it back
Are we
up.
on?
Hold on.
Yes, we're adjusting.
Oh.
You hear it. Oh my God, bring up the. Oh my God. You're
Live?
amazing. We're live, honey.
Oh, I'm ready.
It's a podcast.
Not a cast pod. Hey, Frase.
Every day.
She'll make you say,
Oh my God.
She got the scoop on pop culture news. So grab
Oh my God.
what you think it's Sarah.
Oh, Paul.
Hey.
The pictures in your Rolodex, baby. Oh my God. In that, oh my
It's
God.
just another day.
It's
in the
just
life of
another
Paul
day.
Wharton.
Just another day. Where do we find those guys?
Just another freaking day. Hey, baby.
Hi, doll. How are you?
It's great to see you again another week.
Another week. We have a ton to get to on this show. First of all, Paul Wharton is here. We are a little bit early because I'm heading to Maine. He's giving you eye sex, which is what this show is all about.
And who was on time this morning?
You were on time. Yes.
We had to give you some commendments. This was amazing. He showed up like 5 minutes before.
5 minutes before, he's prepped. He's ready to go. He's showing us pictures of hot men. Oh my God. How do we get like that? Oh.
Okay, no, you got to give context. So, because my eyes are watering right now.
Wait a minute. Stop.
Is this what?
Stop, everybody.
What?
These people give me wine, and today they just pour a big glass of fucking vodka. That
It's
is
vodka.
not...
No, it's vodka rosé.
I thought it's vodka rosé.
What?
It's
Vodka
3
rosé.
olives rosé. Sarah, drink it from,
Oh
drink it from
my
the bottle.
God, that smells so strong.
I'm like, I just wanted to have a nice, relaxing glass of wine this afternoon.
You're going to
Well,
be
you came to the wrong
shit-faced.
place, bitch.
Yes, if you're just tuning into this show for the first time, we are really not safe for work. So, like, put your earbuds in at work. Put your headphones on at your computer. Listen, watch us live on Facebook. We go live every single Monday. This show is not safe for work. Thank you. Every Monday, every Wednesday. Normally we start at 12. Actually, I don't even know when we start anymore. Like, just tune in around 11:30 on, and your ass will catch us. Okay?
Will catch us.
I'm Sarah Fraser. Paul Wharton is co-host on
Hey.
Wednesdays. We love him. AJ is here. She is looking smoking hot.
Yeah.
Paul is very concerned. He says that she's coming for my job.
She's definitely... Something's up. She got bejeweled headset. I mean, what is going on? This bitch got her titties up. She got a little waist all cinched in. She got her red lipstick. If I were you, I'd be very concerned.
Well, what do you think I should do?
When you leave the building, this bitch got to leave the building. No stand behind talking to no producers. When I go, you go.
AJ, what you need to know about her too is no matter where we go, okay, like I'll invite her to this gig, like or whatever, and she'll be, oh, that's great. Should I bring my resume so I can see if I can like get? I'm like, bitch, you work for me. What? I'm like,
I know,
I'm
I've
the
been
one
out with
helping
her.
you. I know.
We took her across the street. I took her across the street to do some editing for my podcast over at the CW. They let me edit over there.
What was she doing? Was she?
All I have to say is, when I left, she stayed. So. This is where it all happens, huh?
Yes. I know.
I met all the people. I had a job offer within 2 weeks.
You really did.
I really did.
Oh, but you did turn that one down, which was wise.
Was it?
She did tell me that if they met her number, she was out.
And they went above and beyond the numbers that I was expecting.
Why didn't you
They
take
did?
the job?
Yes. Well,
I don't know. This is fake news right here.
Oh, you wanted to talk.
What you talking about? I'm wanting to talk. What does that mean? I took you over there.
Look,
That's what we do. We take her places, and then
Oh,
she's
you
like,
want? And then she go try to
then she
scare me
goes
off
and
like she's Trump.
negotiates.
Oh, you wanted to talk.
No, the funny thing is, I had no follow up to that. I just said, "Oh, you wanted to talk," and then that was it.
That was all you had. Okay.
all right, well, there you go. I know.
I didn't take it because I love working here.
This is the best job you will ever have.
I don't know about that, but it's coming very
According to my text messages from that day, how much? I sent her the number. She's like, well.
Yeah, I know. She's always 1 foot out the door. I'm like, okay.
That's how they are.
Opportunity
I know.
knocks.
That's
You
how they
raise
are.
them up and then they go on about their business. It's okay.
the truth. Look, we have a ton to get to. One that we have to get to is there is a woman who wants us to call her. Her name is Chrissy.
Oh.
Okay. She has been on this podcast. She's been a radio follower of mine for years. She adores Paul. She went to Mervis Diamond, who is a sponsor of this podcast. She and her then fiance at the time bought a ridiculous ring. It was like amazing, totally blinged out. And they were set to get engaged. What was this, about a year ago?
Yeah.
Okay. Then 3 months later, 3 or 4 months later, because we were waiting for the engagement, like we were going to do a big Hey Frase thing, she texts Paul and me and she says, I'm really sorry, but the engagement is off. He decided he doesn't want to be with me anymore. He's had commitment issues for a long time. He
thought he could get somebody better, which I'm like, he thought he could get somebody better?
And
people say that?
By the way, they'd been together like 4 or 5 years prior. Like they'd been together for a long time and already worked through stuff. So then she texts us, last night, the night before?
2 nights ago. Mm-hmm.
And give us a summary of what she said, because we're going to call her. And because I've asked people about what she should do, like advice for her, and there's a unanimous answer. I haven't gotten one person.
I mean, he wants back in, basically. And that's how I found out. He said to her that he thought he could get something better, and he realizes that he can't. And he doesn't think that anybody could love him more or his daughter. So, of course, in my head, I'm thinking, hold up. He went with another girl. She didn't want to deal with him. Now he doesn't want to take care of the daughter by himself. So now he's going back to his ex-girlfriend. I just think it sucks.
I cannot wait to get her on the phone. I gave her advice in the text message. I'll tell you what it is. I feel very strongly about this one.
But I love how she's asking the question, do I love him because of all of our history and I'm kind of romanticizing the past, but I know he's not right for me? Or am I truly in love with him and can I recommit to him? And that I'm not sure yet. So we're going to have to talk to her and figure it out.
I mean, this one is heartbreaking, I think. But anyway, we'll get into that. There's a ton of fascinating stories out there. If you do direct deposit at your work, you're fucking screwed. Uh-oh. I'll tell you exactly the big scam that is happening. Good thing we write paper checks here. You're going to want to go back. Absolutely. And then also, have you ever, Paul, dated a rival? I have a really cute, it's like super romantic story of these two rivals that just got married. Have you ever dated a rival?
No.
Really? Who would you consider right now your rival? Like, who
God,
would you
that
consider?
is so,
like, do you have a rival?
That's so toxic.
Or like someone you compete against? Is there somebody out there?
I don't think so. I mean, I really don't, and I'm not trying to be funny acting about it. But
there's no one else like you.
I think I'm it. That's it. You get Paul Wharton. You want Paul Wharton. You get Paul Wharton. But that's I don't really feel like I'm competing with anybody.
No, I know. I was trying to think about this too. Who do I compete with? Who do I don't.
Now there are people sometimes
like
that I'll be watching like Good Morning America or something, and they'll have like a guy from Queer Eye, and when they did the original show, then they did the a spinoff Queer Eye for the Straight Girl. They'd offer me to do that show, so but it wasn't enough money. I mean, when I say it wasn't enough money, it was not enough. It's like I wasn't being extra. It just was not. I'm like, okay,
money.
so
it was like peanuts.
I'm supposed to live with my friend on the couch, and then how's this gonna work?
I actually wonder how much the guys from Queer Eye make currently.
Well, now it's blown up.
Do you think
they'll make a lot in the second season? They'll make a lot in the second season.
Aren't they on like season 3? No,
yes, they're filming. I think season 3.
Oh, they've already.
2 is out.
2 is out already.
2 is out.
Okay,
yeah.
within 3 they'll make all the money because they just won an Emmy.
Who's your favorite?
Do you even care? Like, you seem like you don't really care.
I don't watch. I mean, I've only seen a couple of them in the first season.
I thought you would be totally all about it.
No, and I'm not hating on them, but I don't know. Maybe
it has a different vibe. Like all the shows now, American Idol, like American Idol was good when Simon Cowell was mean. Like, there was always like someone on the show that was mean, and I feel like Carson Kressley on the original one, Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, would come in and he'd be like, and he just like totally like make fun of your life, which was hysterical. But they were always sweet. I mean, at the end, they gave the guys the makeover and they, but I feel like they were a little bit more. Now when the guys come in for Queer Eye, it's always like, yes, queen, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're just like, okay, but what else? And they're like, queen, you got this. And you're like, okay, but what do I need to improve in my life? Like, these guys are disgusting. They smell and they have massive skin tags all over their body. But Queer Eye's just like, yes, queen, yes.
Everything you're doing is right. I love that scratchy skin. I love your disgusting beard. You're doing so many amazing things.
It's no problem that you have 18 skin tags growing out of your chin. Yes, queen.
Oh my God, I love that.
That's what they are. That's what they all do.
Should I be offended by this?
Probably. I'm sure this is massively offensive, but
no. But when they did the first show, the production company that did the guy show, when they had us in doing the screen test for the Queer Eye for the Straight Girl, they wanted us to be really mean. They wanted us to tear the girl down. There was this one
okay, well, that's hard.
scene, and they were just like, we were competing with each other to say the most cunty, shady. And I was just like, you know what? I'm out. So I'm thinking I'm going to have this big show of like,
I love that word.
I will not speak to women this way. I empower my sisters.
Where'd that get you?
Like, right. On my way back to D.C. So I didn't get it, huh? Despite the money and everything, I think I might have taken it. I didn't get it? Okay. Didn't
God.
get it.
I mean, I feel like there's always a balance, and you shouldn't go out of your way to like not be, I just feel like Carson Kressley, like the original guys, like they kind of had this whole way about them that I thought was much funnier. It's like Simon Cowell. Like Simon Cowell, when he was being like, oh my God, you're atrocious. Mm-hmm. You look like one of those animals in the rainforest. Like it was so funny. Like it's what you're thinking. But now they don't say any of that. Now it's cool that you've got 8 warts. Like, let's just give you a trim.
I was a little concerned with the black guy, Karamo.
Karamo.
Oh my God,
Karamo.
he's hot as hell.
He's great, and we're Facebook friends. I don't know that I've ever met him.
What?
Yeah, we're Facebook
Oh
friends.
my God, he is so freaking hot.
He really is.
Oh.
But I was concerned in the beginning in the first season where he was driving the truck down the road and the cop pulled him over and he's like, driver's license. I saw in his face, no, it was like black man to black man. I was watching through the TV like, oh, shit.
It made that was like the basis of that episode.
Yeah.
I think it's so
It was
hot
crazy.
that they drive the truck too. I'm
Worse you
like,
think
I'm like, all right, all you guys get in that hot truck.
Yeah.
And they all climb in there. Nothing's hotter than a guy in a
I
truck.
think the food guy is kind of hot, right?
He's super hot, but he's
Yes.
just so annoying.
Is he?
No, he's like the hottest guy of the show. Usually, like a lot of straight women say, I thought Anthony.
You like
was
the one
straight.
with the long hair, JV, whatever his name.
Jonathan Van Ness, JVN.
Jonathan Van Ness? Yes.
He's the
No,
one
but
that
he's, like,
comes
too
in and
much.
all he does is say, yes, queen, yes.
Yeah, he does.
And you're like,
He's-
this place is a goddamn dump. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is like a trailer with a few more rooms. And he's like, Queen, this house is fabulous.
Wow. Maybe you should.
I watch every episode. Sorry. I don't know.
I haven't seen that much of it. It sounds. You know what? I'm going to give it another shot.
You should. It's
I will.
so funny. I watched it nonstop.
Is that offensive, by the way? I don't know. You're supposed to make fun of people's
fuck no.
accents.
I'm not easily offended, so I don't know.
I know, but I always get emails about you that you're like, people get very upset that you don't get offended by anything.
I mean, I would if you told me to go fuck myself or talk to my mom or something. I mean, maybe I'd be like, oh, fuck you.
But people always say that when we're together, that you and I don't have a good gauge of like Me Too or like.
I'm on that though. I mean, I'm on to the Me Too stuff. Like, I get that, but I'm just
Okay.
not like when somebody makes a little Queenie voice or something or whatever. I'm not into it.
Okay, good. All right. Well, you'll have to let me know if I'm offensive. Look, the audience will. Who? By the way, AJ, before we move on, who's your favorite Queer Eye cast member?
It's honestly a toss up. I love. Well, I feel bad for the artistic guy, the designer who does the house, which now I've got Bobby.
Oh yeah, the blonde one that no one cares
Blonde.
about.
No one
Yeah,
cares about him, but I
know.
feel so bad. And everybody's like,
There's a blonde one?
There's a blonde one. Super
didn't even-
cute. He dresses like a sailor.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Everybody says Karamo doesn't do shit. Like, what is Karamo? He
Karamo's
helps
so
you grow
cute.
spiritually. But like, when they show the excerpts of like them doing stuff, like Jonathan's cutting her hair, and then Karamo is just like in the corner reading a book. Like what is he doing? Like, what is
I
his
want
side
his job.
work?
Yeah, you need his
I
job.
want a carve
You
out
should-
deal to put me on there. And
Yeah, you should be like the
I
replacement
can't take
Karamo.
that from Karamo. I can't take that from a brother.
True.
There's
you
room
out
for
there.
us all.
You're
Well,
right. You're right.
Well, there's room for it. Not really.
Not really.
But if the money's right,
I mean, shit.
step on over, Karamo.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Okay, look, we got to take care of some housekeeping things. And
Let's
I
do
found
it.
this picture where Paul Wharton and I believe, are morphing into the same person. How's my hair? Are you fixing the hair? Oh, great. Thank you. It's all over the place. Thank you so much,
Sisters
Jonathan.
helping sisters.
It's true. So, first of all, if you guys listen to the radio over the years, I started on the Kane Show on Hot 99.5 in Washington, D.C., and one of the people that shortly came on that show was Mel. And then Mel was on Sarah Ty and Mel. So, I am so happy for my girlfriend. We've been good friends ever since. She was on Sarah Ty and Mel. She moved back to Tampa about a year ago, so we don't get to see each other anymore. But she got engaged to her longtime boyfriend, Brian, who I have known. They are a great couple. They adore each other. And this past weekend, they were in Florida at the Four Seasons Resort and got engaged. And I am so excited and happy. Luis.
Oh, I love it.
Wait, we just want you to bring up this picture. Sorry. Anyway, Luis is our digital content creator, and he's
Just pull up this pic
pull
of
up this
Mel.
photo. So anyway, I wanted to say to Mel, and Mel has been on
Oh,
this
how
podcast.
beautiful.
Congrats! She has waited for this a long time.
Oh.
They've been together, I think 8 years, and I'm so happy for that. I just know they're going to have a great life and really pretty kids. And Brian's so hot. I always these two are so hot together. So I love it. I love
I'm
it.
so
love it.
happy for them.
So congrats to Mel. I know many people that follow and listen to this podcast listen to hers. So I'm sure we're going to get the scoop next week when she puts out her podcast episode because she looked totally surprised.
I love it.
So it was
She looks great.
So good.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Mel.
You guys are next.
She's next.
Anyway, we got to move on to our sponsors. Of course, we'll talk to this woman, but we have to thank Mervis Diamond. Mervis Diamonds is amazing. By the way, they're having a lab-grown Mervis Diamond event this weekend at all their locations. You can get more detail, mervisdiamond.com.
Very exciting.
Lab-grown is very interesting
It's
because
very cool, huh?
it's just what it sounds.
Yeah.
It's a fraction of the cost, and to the average eye, you cannot tell the difference.
Absolutely.
So you could have like a 3-carat bauble for like reduced.
Right. For a 1 carat price of a traditional diamond.
Okay,
right?
what's your deal with it? Are you for lab grown diamond, Paul?
I mean, I don't know. Just set the scene. Have we been drinking? We've been drinking. I'm into it.
I would say yes. I would say yes to that.
I'm into
I've
anything
gotten-
Mervis offers because I love them over there. I mean, they make it happen.
Because I'm curious. I want to see them up close to see, do they have the same sparkle?
Right.
They claim that they do. And I'm all about saving money because when you get in there and you really
Have we
realize that
seen any though? I got to go over there and check them out. I think I'm going to go this weekend. Somebody meet me at K Street.
we have K Street location, Rockville, Tysons. You can also RSVP at mervisdiamond.com. So we absolutely love them. Definitely go check it out. I mean, I would. I've seen them, and to the average eye, I don't think you can tell, but I would be curious to see if you can tell the sparkle. We also have to thank Dr. Mintz. Dr. Mintz is our new client and sponsor. Dr. Mintz is in Bethesda, Maryland. He's a general practitioner, concierge doctor, but he's also a licensed certified medical marijuana doctor. If you are having anxiety, migraines, chronic pain, medical marijuana is revolutionary because lots of times it doesn't mess with medications that you're already on. Lots of people have done everything to try to get their anxiety under control, but medical marijuana could be the answer for you. drmintz.com. All you need to do is go there, tell him, hey, Frase Podcast sent you. $250 is all the appointment costs. That gets you certified in Maryland to get your medical marijuana card, I guess.
Listening.
And it gets you your diagnosis. And lots of times, he'll explain to you, but lots of times you do get reimbursed from your healthcare provider as well. So go to drmintz.com.
Now, can you only take it one way? Do you have to smoke it, or does he have?
No, everything. Oils. He also has
Oils.
Is it CBD oil? No. Is it
I want
CBD?
that
PCH,
THC?
THC.
Right, but now they're big into oils that you run, the CBD oils that don't have THC in it. So it's like all the benefits of marijuana without getting you high. The THC is like, okay,
the
you don't
fuck?
want that? Okay.
The fuck am I going to sleep through all that? Now I got to get high.
I got to get high.
I ate a cookie last night,
You did?
and oh my god, I ate so much. I got to tell you something. I
You're
cannot
looking
do
a
that.
little
I am.
thin today.
Why do you?
I'm looking what?
Thin today.
No, that's not what you're gonna say. That is not what you're gonna say. you
Wow.
asshole.
No, I just wanted to hear your reaction.
She's
So,
really feeling herself.
set the scene. No, you look thin. Are you having trouble closing your blazer?
No, I'm just closing it up now. You say I'm big. She said I was big boned, y'all.
You're gorgeous. All right, tell
Anyway,
us.
Do you
last
need to
night-
excuse yourself and turn off her mic? Like, how are you
Turn
feeling?
this bitch off. She's getting on my goddamn nerves. So anyway, and why is it so hot in here?
Is it hot? I don't know.
It was a little drafty, actually.
It's a little drafty. You're sucking up all the AC. Red lips and big tits over there. Anyway, so I'm at my friend Rob's house. Are you offended? Oh, me too now? Are you offended? You got him in my face.
Oh, yeah, right.
I could listen to you two banter back and forth all the time because you guys bicker and it's
You
so
guys
funny.
acting like, who, me? What? What'd I do?
What big tits? Where?
Oh my God.
Tell the damn story
So
about
I'm at my friend Rob's house last night, and he makes chicken parmesan. He fries the chicken. He bakes it in the oven with the tomato sauce and the mozzarella cheese, and he makes his pasta.
This sounds amazing.
And
Okay.
he brings out these weed cookies, and I'm always like, no, I can't take that much. I didn't take a fourth. And then I'm like, more cookie. More. So finally, by the time the dinner came, I was eating everything. I ate the whole dinner. Then he had like a bowl of olives and a bowl of nuts.
Yeah.
I ate all the olives, me and this other boy. I was like, I need more dip. I need something. He was like, oh, shit. Rob was running back and forth to the kitchen all night long. He was like, well, damn, do I need to put more food out? Me and this other boy were eating everything.
I love it.
So the weed makes me really hungry, so that doesn't work for me.
Yeah,
There's certain ones you can get different strands.
I need a
One's like a
different
head
strand.
high, one makes you hungry, one gives you the munchies.
Who would want to be hungry?
If you go to a really good restaurant, you want that really good food experience, and like the food tastes so good. Like imagine going to like Little Italy, and then
I think too, isn't the hunger one for people who are going through like things like cancer and stuff like that need to eat? I mean, I know
probably.
you two are like worried about calorie count, but there are people that like need to like actually.
no, actually, it's actually a medical thing.
Don't you like how she shifts it up on us and then she sticks it to us?
And then she makes us look like the bad people.
Oh my God! Look, I want to get into Paul. By the way, you're auditioning for a show, right? And you wanted to ask our opinion if you think that
I'm not auditioning for a show. No. Amanda Seales from Insecure. You know the show Insecure with Issa Rae?
Okay, yes,
So
yes.
Amanda Seales, she's like her friend on there. She's very outspoken. I love her. I follow her on Instagram, and she follows me.
Okay.
And so she sent me a message saying she's doing a live show here on October 25th. At the Lincoln Theater, and she wants me to be on stage with her, and I'll compete against somebody else to see who is the best black expert on being black.
Oh my God, what do you have to know?
So that's just it. I got to go in my blackness. I got to pull it from deep inside. All my little Clevelandness.
Yep,
And,
let that
everything
come
I've
out.
learned along the way.
This is going to be a challenge.
Sans blowjob.
Yeah, that's
No, I meant blowout.
And that went right over my head too.
You were like,
the guy that just sent you the nude
yeah,
thing.
science that. Yeah.
True. That's all I had for you. I was totally there with you.
So, I mean, I'm going to have to go back to the school of being my best blackness, between now and then.
Oh
if
my
I do
God.
it, it's October 25th.
But,
now,
but they got to give you like, what are some of the questions? Come on, like, how do you?
well, she just asked me like right before I came on the show. So I want to know, like, do I get any show prep for this? Or
Like, what's your? Yeah, I would be really worried. Like,
I have looked it up online. It's really fun. I mean, it's a lot of fun.
oh, you got to do it. You'll
It's a lot of
totally
fun.
win.
Now, I'm supposed to be in LA from the, didn't tell you yet, but from the 19th of October to like the end of the month.
Yes.
So I had to change some things around, but I feel like I should do it.
No worries. It's always cool here. You can just pop in and out.
Yeah,
we
well,
just
absolutely.
love having you. When you're here, you're here.
Absolutely.
And then when we don't book other guests, we like having you.
Oh, is that the way you think it works?
No, I'm kidding.
I'm about to show this bitch how it really works.
I'm out.
Yeah, sit over there with your lips all pursed up.
You guys, speaking of lips, you guys have literally come through on our Hey Frase t-shirts. All of our smalls and mediums are completely sold out.
Wow.
This was a lip design that we did with a local artist, Lucy McMahon, here in D.C. AJ is holding up a picture. If you haven't seen it and you're just listening to the podcast, you don't catch our Facebook show, you can go to my Instagram at Hey Frase. We have larges left, and we have 2XL left. And by the way, the large fits really well. So if you're a medium, if you're an XL, you could get away with a large. Because how would you describe it, AJ? They're very,
I
the
think they're
t-shirt is
supposed-
very stretchable.
Yeah, very stretchy, very loose cotton, and it's supposed to be kind of a loose fit. You can tie it, you can put it off one shoulder. Super versatile.
So if you want one, you could go to Instagram, DM me your size, which is basically large and 2XL. That's all we have left. And what's that shade eye? Your shipping address.
All of a sudden,
and your
now that
email.
all the smalls and mediums were sold, now the large is the best fit for everybody. I really raised you up good. You will sell anything to anybody at any time. When I came here, they didn't have no small. They had somebody with some tortilla chips talking about they'll give us $100 a month. She was running 1,000 commercials for $100 a month. We didn't have no mugs. We didn't have no water, no wine, no t-shirt. I really raised you up good. Sometimes you teach a bitch something, she just runs with it.
That is not true.
She just runs with it. She got a radio show. Ain't nobody heard shit about that.
And you're going to be on, by the way.
Ain't nobody heard nothing about
You're
nothing.
going to be on this
Look,
Sunday. We've not got the check. We've not got the check. I told you, I will always take care of you. I'm very grateful for you. You are incredibly talented. You are incredibly fucking talented. People
watching you.
love you.
Who, me? Like, I don't know why you look at me.
Watching your ass. Something's going on up here. I need y'all to chime in here. Y'all know something's going on up in here.
There's not. The only difference is, first of all, you're independent and you always say, I'm not working for anyone, Sarah. Well, AJ, I pay her by the hour. You would never do that.
Oh, no, of course not.
What? Oh my God, you crack me up.
Never worked.
Let's hit a couple pop culture stories, and then we got to get Chrissy on the phone because I'm dying to hear. I want to explain this story to people. Paul, coming to Virginia, Open Table. Do you ever use Open Table, which is the dinner reservation site?
I don't.
Well, now they're offering a chance that when you're traveling to other cities, you can have dinner with a stranger.
Ooh.
You just click on their tab. So, like, you can say their travel tab.
I'm with you. Come on, talk to me.
A bunch of restaurants in Virginia, in Northern Virginia, if you're around that area, everywhere from Fairfax out to Leesburg and Loudoun, I believe as far south as Richmond, Virginia, are participating. So if you're traveling to one of those cities, you go to Open Table on the app and it will say dining alone, don't want to be dining alone, click here. And then you can be paired with a stranger and have dinner. Do you think this is a good idea or not?
You see their Facebook page?
I don't think you do.
It was like a blind date.
It's literally a blind date. Now, Open Table is not calling it a blind date. Many women have said, this is dangerous for women. Open Table said, you don't have to participate. There's no obligation. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to do it. But if you are a social person.
What do you get to know about the other person, though?
You just go and have dinner with them, so you're not alone at the bar.
So, anybody that would do that won't be too extreme. So they're not going to be like the most political person. I don't think you're going to have many, racist and misogynist and all that kind of stuff, because they're not going to want to meet somebody that's not like them. So it could be cool.
I think this would be awesome. I totally want to do this. The next time I go to New York or I travel by myself, I would love to do this. Because you don't know who you're going to meet. Like, that would be really fun. And I always feel like it's safe, right? Because their info is already logged in.
Sure.
So they know who you're having dinner with. And then they say it's on you. If you don't want to stay for dinner, you can just say, hey, I'm going to have a drink with you and then roll out.
It could be really interesting to say you don't want to have dinner by yourself, so then meet at the bar. There's going to be 4 people that have a 7 o'clock reservation meeting at the bar between 6:30 and 7. If you want to have dinner with them, do. If not, do your own thing.
I would go, yeah.
I would try this. They're trying it in Virginia, so I really want to do
You
this.
just want somebody to pick up your tab. Don't even try.
Oh, yeah. So can you talk more about that part of the deal?
They probably give you 2 separate checks. They probably have to.
Yeah, they probably do.
There's no confusion.
Yeah, I didn't read that in the article. I don't know what they're doing with that. I just thought this was really great.
If one person thinks the other person is cute, they'll just pick up the tab.
Right.
Also, Lindsay Lohan, we talk a lot about her on this show. You guys all saw the video. You saw the video, right, of her trying to help the kids that she thought were being abducted and they're not?
Yeah, busting their face.
Yeah, and then the woman slapped her in the face. Well, now people are saying that video went down in Moscow. They're also saying that friends are concerned that Lohan is actually trying to hook up with her ex-boyfriend in Russia. He's the one that was physically abusive to her prior.
Was he the really rich one?
Really rich one. And people are also worried that she is maybe drinking again or kind of losing it again.
Just drinks? That's all that was?
I don't know. Do you think she sounded like she was on something in that video?
Going on, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
Definitely pills and alcohol.
I thought the video had happened in Mykonos, but it didn't. It happened in Moscow.
She's all over the globe.
For Syrian refugees that she thought were being kidnapped. How about a human Uber? Would either one of you be into this? I also
Loving this.
Really?
Loving this. I saw this in the show prep. This is perfect because. So tell them the story, and I'm going to tell you how I feel about it.
Actually, I agree with you.
No,
I think
this is perfect
awesome.
for me.
So they're testing it in the UK and Asia. Essentially what it is you pay somebody to wear a damn iPad on their head, and they Skype you in. Okay, so you Skype in your picture. Like you're at home in your pajamas. Like your face is made up, but no one sees what you're wearing. Somebody goes to the party as your representative, and like you can speak to guests, you can see guests, but you don't physically have to be there. Would you pay to do this?
I love it. In fact, I'm having everybody that works at Paul Wharton style wear iPads on their face and go as my representation. I think this is great.
No, you love events. You
Yeah, but sometimes I just can't
It's
quite.
exhausting.
I can't, like, if they're night after night, back to back, I can't quite pull it together. Like, I'll just be like, this is too much. Y'all got me up in here drinking this bullshit wine and vodka and stuff. Like, I can't.
Had I knew, I would have just Skyped you right in. Had somebody sit right in your chair with an iPad on their face.
That would be great.
Actually, but that's our plan for you anyway. When you do marry someone rich and leave.
What's wrong with just Skyping in? I guess they want to interact with the person.
Oh my God.
See what you
Holy
have me
shit,
drink.
that is the strongest drink I've
It is
ever.
crazy.
Did you try this?
I
It
didn't.
is straight vodka with a
And
little splash.
it's all that water I put in there too. But listen, I think this is a great idea. To not have to do your hair and show up and get in an Uber and get there and be cute and check in. You just,
And
And are
Have them
these
show up.
are these humans that with the iPads on their faces? Are they checked? Like, who are they?
No, they're just. It's literally like when you do Uber Eats. You don't know who the dude is. You just
Dangerous.
like you don't know if they're wearing sweatpants. I mean, they could have all these skin tags on their face like Queer Eye, and they just roll right into the party. You don't know who they are. They're just wearing an iPad of your face.
Paul's going to require the person to be like dressed to the
I'm
nines.
gonna need you to
Comme
pull
des
it together.
garçons.
Comme des garçons. Well, ever since you stopped going to get my dry cleaning, you know what I do now?
What do you do now?
I call over there. You know how I called there when they wouldn't give it to you? And I was like, this is Paul Wharton from TV. And they're like, oh, we love you. You remember that?
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
So I call over there now and I'm like, look, I need my dry cleaning. There's going to be somebody out back picking it up. And the girl that likes me in there, she will get all my shit and take it to the back and put it in the back of the Uber. And then he brings it to the house. I cut out the middleman.
I don't
I'm
blame
talking about you.
You still have to pay for the Uber.
That's okay. You used to charge me inflation on that shit.
I would. I'd be like, you know what? I'm busy right now. I'm doubling it. 60 for the hour.
I'm probably the only person on this show that gave a damn that yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of Tom Petty's death. Were you a Tom Petty music fan?
Not really.
I know. You and AJ. I love Tom Petty. Oh my God. He died, by the way. Mix a cocktail of
What are some
several
of the songs
painkillers.
that I would have known?
Well, Don't Back Down. Now I won't back down.
Now.
Stop Dragging My Heart Around with Stevie Nicks. Oh my God. Favorite song of all time.
Is that what this is?
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Oh, God. So sexy. You need to play this when you see that guy with the big dick you just showed us a picture of. Oh.
I don't know what you're talking about. You making stuff up on
Yeah,
me.
so Heather, going back to the Uber, she goes, no, you never know what the person will be doing, wearing, and now they are your representatives.
That's true. And
No,
they drink
they're
the
not.
and they
Everybody
drink the drink
knows.
for you. They can't drink though, probably. They can't drink or eat.
No, because they got to drive home.
Jasmine says that's a terrible idea. They just need to incorporate cameras like a conference room and virtual reality.
I say I like it.
I like it.
I do
I'm
too.
sorry.
I would do it too in a second.
If I can keep my feet up and don't have to go and just sit back. Hey girl, go over here to the right. That's my friend. Hey, Drusilla girl. Hey, it's me. I'll be at home sipping
With your feet up.
with my feet up,
It's the truth.
eating my cookies.
I don't blame you. I was asking you guys, we were kind of talking about rivals, if we have one, which was how we got into the whole Queer Eye discussion. But these two hockey players, one from the U.S. women's hockey team and then one from the Canadian U.S. women's hockey team, are now married. They got married in Maine. The two women have been hockey rivals for years, but fell in love off the court and then recently had a wedding. I think these, I'd never heard of them in my life. I don't have my computer because it's got a virus. I tried to download too many Facebook videos. So now it's at the Apple store. So I don't even know their names. But I thought these two girls were cute.
Well, let me ask you a question. As somebody that has, talked a little bit about potentially wanting to be in some kind of lesbian situation, what do they look like to you? Are these girls attractive? They look like two tops to me, Like they're both pretty masculine. I mean, I don't know. What do they look like to you? Are they hot? Just explain that to me.
You know, it's funny because I did go to an all-women's college, so I've seen lesbians in all shapes and sizes and combos. And they do, it's funny, but I actually do think they're cute together. I really do. And when you saw their wedding pictures, they were like really adorable. They look both, like I would say you're right. That's a good analogy, both tops. But, sometimes that works.
Sometimes it does work.
seen a lot of lesbian couples that they're both very
They
masculine
look the
looking.
same.
Yeah.
Like when I was trapped at what's that restaurant that I was trapped at on my way to the Hamptons?
Oh, Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel.
Yes.
I was trapped at the Cracker Barrel, you all. It was traumatic, and I ordered several entrees. And there was a
looked
lesbian
good.
couple right to my left, and they looked like identical twins. And I'm like, I just wanted to be like, who's the top? Like they had the same little short haircut, the same glasses. They both had on khaki shorts and a t-shirt.
Maybe it's
socks,
equal.
and like sneakers.
Oh, yeah, I could not be able to tell the difference between those two. What?
Well, I always think about, who I would run away with is Kendall Jenner. So I always think, who's more masculine, myself or Kendall Jenner?
Are you going to tell
I
her
think Kendall
or am I?
Jenner.
He might be. Oh, well, you definitely have
Kendall
more.
Jenner
You
claims
definitely have
she's
more
not
hair
gay.
down there. That's you.
The show.
You're the man. And under your arm.
Yeah, I
You
feel
sweat
like
more.
Kendall Jenner is like the cutest lesbian. I know. Oh my
Is
God.
she a lesbian?
No, she says she's not, but I feel that way.
Just because
I
she
just
doesn't have
say-
a baby or she's not dating.
No, it's a vibe. Like when you go to you went to an all-girls high school, although high school is different than college.
Yeah.
But there's
What are you
there's
looking at?
something you become aware. Isn't
I'm
there
sizing
Paul?
you up to see
Okay,
if you've
jump in
been
here.
down
You're the
that
person
road.
that's really gay. Like, don't you know
Am
a
I
gay
really
guy
the only
before
one
he
here?
knows? Okay.
Y'all know where I'm going with
Who the
this.
hell are you winking at?
They know. I'm winking to our people. Go ahead.
Well, who do you think on the show is gay? You think AJ's a lesbian? I told her she needs to have an all women, like a girl on girl
I
experience.
think that you're a little gay.
Yes, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think I could live with a woman day in and day out.
I agree with that completely. And I think the same thing.
It's hard to live with a guy.
No, I think that I couldn't be a good boyfriend to a woman. That's just it. Like, oh, honey, my tire broke. Your tire broke. Better call roadside assistance at AAA or something.
It's so funny because I do have friends that follow you on Instagram and they swear you're straight. Like, I love that people debate. I have no problem. Like, people debate my sexuality all the time, and I don't give one fuck. Like, but I'm sure people will be very upset about this. Like, you shouldn't speculate about someone's sexuality.
I mean, I don't question it, but I do consider it sometimes.
Because I have people that ask me if you are straight. Like, they believe that you are.
I wouldn't. Straight is a serious stretch.
Okay.
I consider like having a moment every now and again. I just don't want them to ask me to do stuff for them. Like,
No, I feel like you could find a woman that literally just finds you so attractive. All they want from you is the physical relationship.
right. And I also want to
And a
hang
friend.
around and do like Netflix and stuff for a little while and talk and giggle, But
I
then,
don't know. I always think about, I feel like I just couldn't live with a woman like day in, day out.
yeah.
I don't know. Like, I really enjoy penis. So I just feel like a fake one wouldn't really do the job.
I do too, but I feel like I have mine, so then mine can be like mine enough for me and them. I don't know.
God, this show has gotten way off the rails.
I know.
Bring it
back.
I love that. Like, I always sometimes say, like, okay, you know what? Today will be somewhat appropriate. And then, like, we never are, and you show up, and it's the best ever. Like, we are totally inappropriate. If you get direct deposit, the FBI is warning you this morning that there is a new direct deposit scam, mostly affecting people in the healthcare industry and the banking industry. So what they say is that you get a notification. Hey, the terms of your direct deposit have changed. Click here. You click on that and they ask you to re-log into your account. When you do that, it's a phishing scam where, boom, they are taking your information. They're logging into your account somewhere in Indonesia, and then they're helping themselves.
So they find out where you work, and they know you get paid through the.
Yep, they're saying nursing,
CBS quarter
healthcare.
or-
Yep. Any like major industry, more in that kind of mortgage area, healthcare, insurance. So they're saying, yeah, you get a legit email. And they said, if you think that you're getting this, you need to contact your payroll department ASAP.
Then you go in. No, they go in and they put their bank account on there. So your money then goes to them directly.
Correct.
Okay.
Right. So they get your login and then they go, oh, you work for Blue Cross Blue Shield. They log into their PayPal account, put your login, and then reroute. They change the routing number. And suddenly your next $3,000 paycheck is going to a phishing scam. Isn't that crazy?
Somebody needs to pull this together. I mean, these phone calls have just gotten completely out of control. If this bitch calls me one more time, we're calling you for the last time about your student loan. Aha! Joke's on you, bitch. I didn't go to school. I know student loans. I went to school for one semester. What are you talking about, student loans?
That's
Oh
great.
my God,
You know what I
bitch,
mean?
joke's
I
on
did
you.
not go to school, and now what?
I get the best is
I'm self-taught. I did homeschool. What law, my mama? What you talking about? Shit, get on my goddamn nerves calling my phone. Somebody get this under control. These people got to stop calling my phone.
You're on all the lists.
I don't answer anything anymore. It's like, as soon as I call, I'm like, who the fuck is... No.
Dan gets the one that your bank account is being compromised. You need to log into your computer right now. And, I don't want to make fun of anyone, but sadly, the people that call cannot speak very good English. So they're calling and they're saying, your bank account. So Dan plays along and he's like, oh my God, really? What's happening? Well, we're in your account. They can hardly say these sentences. You must log in, press control, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay, yep, I'm ready. And he's like, do you mind if I tell you one thing? Go fuck yourself, you motherfucker. You're going to hell. And then he goes, I'm like, oh my God, Dan. And then and then one time the person goes, you fuck yourself right back. And it was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Dan does not seem like somebody that would do that.
He's so docile, but the prank calls really bother him. And then I've had a so-called law firm call me and say that my mom was in jail and I needed to wire her money. Mm-hmm. And I was like, really? Okay, where is she in jail? That doesn't matter. Well,
What?
kind of matters. Kind of matters. Like, it matters a little.
Yeah.
But it's sad. Like, I can see how people fall for this. If you're alone, you don't have kids, you don't have neighbors.
I feel bad for older people because I think there are actually people that are lonely enough in the world where they actually just like, you know what? I might just send you $20. Just stay on the phone with me. You know, they just want to talk to somebody.
It's called a sex hotline.
Well, people used to fall for that Nigerian scam too, sadly, where they email you and, you're going to inherit $20 million. Just send me your bank account, your home address, and your middle initial. I'll make sure you get it. People fall for that all the time. And they do that for psychics.
Or I'm on vacation and I lost all my stuff and you need to send me some money so I can get back home.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know. It's terrible. Oh my God, I'm getting drunk off this vodka. This is crazy. This is why this show has gone off the rails.
Okay, we'll pull it back.
It really is. Okay, well, one last story. This is kind of a downer, but I was so surprised by this. But a 23-year-old in England is now being called the youngest adult ever to come down with dementia. Can you imagine this? Runs in his family. He's inherited it from his mother. 23 years old, already beginning to lose your mind. Can you imagine? He said, this is really sad. He said that he's just been cursed his whole life with bad luck. I was like, oh my God, that's heartbreaking.
I hate to
Why?
see this because, I'm a bit of a hypochondriac.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like I'm going down this road because I'm overwhelmed with the people and the things and the plate. Like, I'm just like,
You have family history?
What?
Family history of any type of
Don't try to make
dementia
me go. Don't try to make
or
me go worse.
Alzheimer's?
Not that I can remember. See, there it is again. Shit, I don't know anything.
No, I'm with you. I'm such a hypochondriac. My mom's had breast cancer. Thank God. She's like 4-year survivor. My dad died of stomach and esophageal cancer. Every day I get up, my back aches. I'm like, oh my God, should I go in? I go in all the time. It's crazy. I think they think I'm nuts, but I'm like, I want all the tests. And I know that you guys send people out of here without testing them. Give me the tests.
God.
Oh, I demand
Well,
them. And they're
I
like,
will
all
say-
right, we'll give you the test.
That it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You all know that?
I know. Hey, does my one boob feel hotter than the other? Can you feel it? I really do. I feel like one's like really warm.
Can I tell the people just one thing? Hey, my boobs, can you feel? I'll fill you up in just 1 second. But this Sunday, I'm hosting an afternoon with the girls. It's called Bustier Brunch, and it's going to be really, really wonderful from 1 to 5 at Camelot by Martin's. If you're in the area, it's in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Tickets are just $75. You can get more information at testmybreasts.com. Love to see you there. Now, back to you. What do you need?
Now, I'm just wondering if one boob is hotter than the other, but now I've been playing with them, so now I feel like...
Well, why do you feel like one is hotter? One just is like literally sweating?
I feel like one is warmer than the other, and they say that that's sometimes a sign of breast cancer.
Oh my
like
gosh,
if one
you are
boob
freaking yourself
I
out.
know. I got to stop. Let's get Chrissy
Now,
on the
how
line.
often are you doing mammograms?
I just went for my first mammogram ever because they thought I had a breast cyst. They went all over it. They couldn't find it. So they said that the breast cyst might be just comes like when you're menstruating and then goes
it.
away.
Okay.
But I'm going to go every year.
Go every
I want,
year.
I want
Absolutely.
I want all the tests.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's find Chrissy's number. Let's get her on the phone. Paul, I was surprised by your advice here.
What were you surprised about?
I thought you were telling her to work it out. I was like, don't tell her to work it out. This guy's a fucking...
I was telling her to work it out when?
on the text.
I didn't like how, later she said that he told her he thought he could get somebody better. I just think that's
I think that's so
horrible.
rude. That is so rude.
I thought I could get somebody better. Now I realize I can't. So for right now, I'll take you back until I think I can get somebody better again. And I like that guy. Was anything weird about him to you when we were there?
No, I thought he was...
He was a nice guy.
I thought he was a really nice guy, too.
You seemed a little squeamish. I thought because the ring was expensive. He was like...
Yeah, he was a deer in headlights. He was like, no, I actually thought he was really nice. I thought he seemed very attentive to what she wanted. But then, you don't live with people, so you don't really know what they're like. And then basically 2 months later, can you bring up the text message and read it? I had to give AJ my phone so she can call Chrissy. Can you give people a summary of what, or I guess maybe Chrissy will do that when we get her on the phone. But long story short, he broke up with her 2 or 3 months after buying this bomb-ass engagement ring.
Who gets the ring now? Should he give it back?
He's kept it. No, he's kept it.
Yo, I don't like this guy at all.
So she says, Paul and Sarah, he's back with his tail between his legs. What do I do? Give me some advice. You guys always have the best insight. So I say, what? What is he saying? She says that he thought he could find someone better, but realized that what he thought he wanted was not what he wanted at all. That no one can love him and his daughter like I did. That he didn't realize what he had until he was with this other girl and didn't do half of the shit that I do for him. sounds like a motherfucker that wants to be taken care of. And the other chick is like, you fold your own laundry. Mm-hmm. You grill your own grilled cheese. Mm-hmm. I ain't doing shit. And then he's like, Chrissy.
I know.
But see, but you were giving her advice to maybe consider taking him back.
I don't want to hurt her feelings. I want her to be happy.
I think she should get. I don't think she should answer
Where did I
one
give that
goddamn
advice?
phone call of him on here. Keep reading your text. You were like,
Full
well,
of
you
shit.
know.
So then I say, he thought he could find someone better, and he said that. And then she says, yes. I realized there that isn't anything better than you. I just realized there was nothing better than you. So then I go down and say, did he have another relationship after you all broke up? See, I wanted to know. So did he break up because of another person?
Right.
Was the reason for your breakup? Sarah, we need to talk about this on the podcast. I never said get back with him.
Okay, sorry.
All right, let's call her up.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Sorry. I watch President Trump too much. I can't tell which one's which.
I think she should leave him.
I do too.
Sleep with him one
Paul,
more
What do you
time?
think though? Would you give him a chance? I do too.
Really tough.
I say sleep with him, give him the best sex ever, and then kick him out of your house. Don't even let him sleep
But she
there.
hasn't
And
even
then
had sex with him in like months.
But
like
she's
they've been
gone through
broken
the
up for
worst
like
part.
6 or 8
You
months.
know, as soon as you break up, that's always the worst part.
I know. Why
Once
would
you've
you
gone
go
through
back?
that, why do you go back? Yeah,
do
it's
not go
tough.
back. Never go back.
He did break her heart. He broke her heart.
He did break her heart. I mean, he took her to buy
call
the
has been
ring.
forwarded to an
The
automated
whole
voice
thing.
message.
Let me. We are calling you now.
197.
Okay, you're still on.
Okay, try her again.
All right.
Does she know we're calling?
Yeah. We told her 12:45 today that we wanted to call her and have her on. I would never take him back. I think he's just. I mean, to do that to you. I mean, you're not talking like, okay, we've been dating a year. Maybe I need to hit pause with my life. I've just been divorced. Like, I've got a little girl. Like, I've got to figure out my life. Like, they've been together for a long time. They've been through a lot of crap already. And for him to pull that, I don't know. But you know, I feel like I'm not the best person to ask about advice. People are saying break up with him.
Now, have you ever taken an ex back?
Sarah, stop watching that fool. I mean, President Trump. I only watch when the Facebook clips show up about all the crap he says. Have I ever taken an ex back?
Yeah.
No.
You know what I do? I tend to romanticize the past. Like when the person, I like see them on Instagram or something, I'm like, damn, that motherfucker's in the
Your call
Amalfi
has been
Coast. Like
forwarded
he is
to an
really
automated
living. And then I'm like, why didn't that work out? It looks so good on Instagram. Like, you know what I mean? He looks so nice on Instagram under like 10 filters, like on the other side of the world. And then I realize. Then I start interacting with them. Then we go out and I'm like, ugh.
I remember now.
I would say 1,000% never take
Yeah.
him back. I think you got to, I don't know. But I mean, look, relationships work out in all different scenarios. I know people who have dated for years and years, then they break up, then they get back married. I know people that have dated for years and years don't get married. Their relationships are great. It's so hard to know.
But how much pressure, what we say can really have a lot of influence on her. Should we really say that this isn't the love of her life or potentially the person that she should marry just because he got scared? Can men really get scared like big on Sex and the City?
I just can't believe. Like big, and I just think
he
that
said he got
came
scared
back-
when he left for the wedding. Yeah.
I mean, he was a little extra, but they've been together for so long, and then he actually comes clean to her and says that I need to go check up on this other woman because I think the grass is greener. That just makes her feel like shit. I just don't think that she should ever go back to something like that.
I almost feel like bringing up, I mean, she hasn't texted you back, has she, AJ?
No.
I wanted to see, because she had texted us, like the text messages that she sent us when he called it off. I think ultimately, no matter what advice we give on this show, you got to go with what's in your gut and what's in your heart. Like and I think you can never go wrong because you always learn lessons. Like, follow your heart, I just think that, I don't know.
Well, as a people, do you all think we're getting more desperate as time goes on?
No.
Because you don't think so? You think that we all feel like we have more options?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
I do. I think people are really okay now being alone. And I think you're going to see people of our age and generation like living together as they get older. And I don't think people are that pressed to have relationships.
Well,
I
because
think
you can
people
get
know
into
it's
something
tough.
quick. It's not like before where you're like, when am I going to ever meet someone? I got to be at the right place at the right time. It's like, you know what? Right place, right time. Swipe, swipe, swipe. You know, like you can
I know
find
it's
a
made
date.
so easy for us to find somebody.
I was watching Real Housewives of OC, which is one of my favorites, and
I don't
Vicky
watch that one.
Gunvalson was talking about how she misses Don, her ex-husband, and how she wishes like she had really made it work, and how like her parents, like back in the day, everybody stayed together, which I think there's something to that. But I also know like my grandparents should have been divorced like years and years prior. And then they stuck through it. I think that we have to get over this idea that people are meant to be with us forever. Like, I think if a relationship lasts 7 or 8 years and it was great, but then like Jennifer Aniston and Justin Theroux, you both are very passionate about your careers. There are other things. I think we have to stop seeing it as like, oh, that was a failure, or we have to be committed. There's like this big badge of honor if you last like 60 years. That's great, but I just don't think that's for everybody. And I think that's where we have to get away from, hey, you know what? You got to be married for 60 years.
Well, just because the intimacy and sex goes away, let's just say after 10 years, does that mean that the relationship is over? I mean, I've been in some situations where that part kind of fades away, but maybe you might want to consider that person as a life partner.
Yeah.
But then is it okay to have a conversation with them that you're going to step out on the side to get that need met or what?
Yes.
I know people that do that, actually. They don't talk about it, though.
I know. No one talks about what's really
They have
going on in
two
their
separate
marriage.
rooms. They've been married for 30 years. They have two separate rooms, and they have their own thing going on the side.
I think whatever works for you. I think that people just make all kinds of judgments, and there's this whole idea, whether it's through movies or TV shows or the couple of couples that you know that have like seamless relationships, that things are always going to be good. I think Chrissy has to do what's in her heart. Like
if you had a kid with Dan, let me just take it to you for a moment.
Oh,
so
God.
If you have a kid with Dan, you get married, you buy this new house that you just got approved for, which is fantastic. 10 years down the line, you know, Dan is like 100-pound waif vegan. You know what I mean? And
he's on his way. He's like so tiny. Yes.
you're right. You know, and you're at the Wegmans grocery store, and a super hot, big buffed, you know, stocky black guy comes along and,
Oh, God,
hey, ma'am,
stop it.
do you want me to help you squeeze your melons?
Do you want to fuck now, or do you want to head to the bathroom? What do you think? In front of everyone, or do you like it private?
What do you do? What do you do if the
Don't
intimacy
ask
and
me.
sex
I
is
have the
don't ask
worst.
you? Yeah, sure.
I just have the worst.
I mean, you fuck.
just-
I mean, it's pretty much-
Yeah, why are we even having this conversation?
I just want everybody else to know.
My problem always is I keep reading these articles, and this is my struggle with relationships. I have read numerous times that the key is to a relationship is to have fewer expectations. Stop going into relationships with the expectation that this person's going to be happy all the time. They're going to make you happy. And I'm trying to get there. But what I don't know is like, what is compromising who you are, and then what is lowering your expectations?
Absolutely.
That's what I can't figure out. Because I have expectations that we shouldn't work
They're
as
kind
much.
of indistinguishable, but you should be in tune.
Chrissy,
Hey.
you're live on the podcast, girl.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, how
we
you
have
doing?
100% been talking all about your relationship.
Oh, my God. I don't even know what to say or do or how to think about it.
We gave everybody the premise of what's going on with you and Derek. Oh, wait, can we say his name? Okay, well, we gave everybody. Oh, sorry, too late. We gave everybody the backstory, and we told everybody the latest update. So, what are you feeling like right now? Because we've gone back and forth about giving you advice, but we feel like you should follow your heart. What
But
do you
first
think?
things first, who has the ring?
It got returned.
Oh, it did. Okay.
Oh, well, first things first is we got to go back and get that ring. We got to go get that ring back.
We do.
I mean,
Yes.
so this has to happen. Oh, sorry.
Pause till then. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
We still have things to plan, that's for sure.
So,
All right.
yeah, tell us where you're at.
So I guess I'm a little confused as to, like, what I should do or, like, how I should approach it. I guess right now my biggest concern is, like, what are my friends going to think? What's my family going to think? How I'm going to explain it to them if this does, like, really happen. Because like I said, like I told you guys last night, I feel like in my heart of heart, like we were together for a really long time and we grew a lot together and we went through a lot together. So I'm kind of like, maybe we should do this. And don't get me wrong, this isn't the first time we've had like a breakup, but this is the first like real big breakup after something pretty huge.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I guess that's kind of where I'm at. Like, you know, he really wants to work it out and really wants to try and show me he's this changed person. And, you know, things that I've heard before, but like the way he's been acting and kind of like being more, I guess, personal and intuitive with me, it's a little bit different and it's thrown me off.
Well, how important is it to you, Chrissy, that your friends and family love the man that you could potentially marry? Because you know it's never going to be the same with them. That's why we can't tell our parents anything.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Well, and the I guess the hardest part is, like, you know, he did go to my dad, right, and ask, like, if he could marry me and all that stuff. So I'm sure, like, that's left a little bit of a sour taste in my dad's mouth. And, you know, I think my friends would grit their teeth and be like, okay, whatever makes you happy. But
Right.
I know, like, if things were to go south again, they would be like, kind of like, oh, well, we've been through this so many times with you, and now you're just kind of self-inflicting.
I mean, I gotta say, you know, you have to do what you want to do, 100%. And you could also do this type of thing where you guys do not get back together. Like, you could just tell him, look, I need to date you again. I'm going to continue to see other people because I've been down this path with you before. I need to see different change than what you've done in the past. So we're not going to declare this relationship, but I do love you. I want to see if feelings are still there, and I'm fine with dating you. But like, and you could just take it slow and see what happens. And maybe not even tell anybody.
I brought that up to him.
What'd you say?
And I've said that. I said, what if we start from like day zero? Like, we forget what's happened in the past and like just start dating again, like full on dating, like movies, dinners, hanging out, like running errands together, and not sleeping at each other's houses so quickly. Like, I said, I think our biggest thing is we have this vicious cycle and we pick up where we left off, and things don't get resolved.
What'd he say?
I was like, and he said that he was willing to do that. Like, he was willing to start over and like try it again and be new about it. But it's hard, right? It's hard to be like, oh, this is our first date. Let's pretend like we don't know each other, you know?
Right.
Well, I'm wondering, do the pros, Chrissy, do the pros of getting back with him outweigh the cons? Because to me, the biggest con is your heart is at risk. You know, can you trust him?
Yeah.
If you go down this road again and you go back to your father and you fess up to your friends and you're walking in this path and you're taking care of his daughter and all of this, can you trust him not to break your heart again? And is the love that you have for him worth more than potentially your heart being broken? I guess that's the question.
Yeah. And I guess that's a huge question to ask, right? Like, it's not something that I can just think about and come up with an answer. But then again, I'm kind of like, well, what if I don't take this risk, right? Like, what if in the end Derek is the person I'm supposed to be with and I'm not taking the risk of figuring it out again? And I mean, I guess in my head I'm like, well, there's got to be a reason why we keep getting back together with each other. But then again, it's like, well, what if we're just so codependent on each other?
Oh God!
Right? Is it love or desperation? You know?
Have you guys?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you two ever go to couples therapy together?
No, and I asked him about that. And, you know, in the past, he's always said, no way, I don't need help. I don't need to talk to someone, because he isn't a very talking kind of person. Like, he isn't, like, a very talking about his feelings kind of person. But I will say, like, the last few days, he has been like more honest with me and talking to me about it more. And I did ask him, like, will he go to couples therapy? And he said, you know, yeah, I'm willing to give it a try if that's what it takes to repair our relationship.
I want it to work.
But that's the thing.
But I'm wondering, Chrissy, is there any part of you that feels that he is just kind of a needy man that didn't want to be alone with he and his daughter, and then that other relationship didn't work? Okay, so he comes running back to you because you take care of him.
Absolutely. I do feel like it's a sense of I'm afraid to be alone, which, like, is another, like, I wanted to be like, hey, how about you be alone for 6 months? Show me that you could be alone for 6 months without going on a dating website or without going on a date with anybody. and then maybe we can revisit this, right? Because I feel like he definitely, and that's one of the biggest things that he kept saying was like, you took care of me and Scarlett so well. You guys did so much. You did so much for me and her. And I felt like it was more about like the things I did for him versus like how he like took my words of affirmation and like physical affection.
This happened on the Golden
So
Girls.
it's tough.
This happened on the Golden Girls with Dorothy and the man who the other guy was in another relationship, but he broke up with his wife, and then he's like, "So Dorothy, how about me and you? Let's just get married. I'm not meant to be by myself." She's like, "Do you want to marry me, or do you just want to be married?"
Yeah, that's my only thing is like
you said.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I definitely know he doesn't want to be married because he's been that road before, right? Like for the longest time in our first part of our relationship, he was like, I'm not looking for the next Mrs. Mosley. But like over time, he was like, I can't imagine life without you. And if that's what you want, like, I'll certainly give that to you. So that was one of our biggest like issues in the past. And he's kind of come around that because he's like, I want to do what makes you happy, which is why we end up at Mervis. And then, so I don't know. I feel, like I said, I definitely feel like he has a hard time being alone. And one of the things he said to me was like, I just realized if I can't make it work with you, I don't know if I can make it work with anybody because you gave us the most. Like you gave us, and you were so patient with us.
He needs to go to therapy because it's not your responsibility to make him whole. Like he needs to. That's my only thing about this is like you've really done a great job. You know, we were talking about how you came to the live show and you're open to dating other people, and you've really took heartbreak. You know, when he basically said, "Okay, you went to that experience, got the ring, talked to your dad," and then he says, "Okay, no, this isn't for me." And
I'm kind of wondering,
on.
Sarah, how was he at that moment? Did he care that you were suffering when he told you that, or did he say, "This is how I feel, I'm out"? I mean, was he still checking on you? Was he trying to talk it through with you to make sure you were okay?
No. He like cut me off like so quickly. Like blocked me on his phone, blocked me on Instagram, Facebook. Like the only way that I could communicate with him was via email. And one of the things that like I was super worried about was that ring, right? Because we both had put our names down on it, and I didn't want. One of the things I didn't want was like him, first of all, picking that ring up for somebody else, and second of all, using that account that we opened up for whoever he was with. So I had to be like, grow up, cancel the ring, and let's close the account. And because he was the person, primary name on it, like I couldn't do anything. So, like, that was the only way that I could, like, communicate with him was via email. And even so, he'd be like, oh, I'm going to take care of it. And then I would hear nothing. So,
well, my final advice would be this. And a lot of people are commenting, Chrissy, for you on the Facebook page. So you can go to Hey Frase Podcast. I know you know it, Chrissy, but for anybody listening, and you can leave Chrissy a comment. I would take a lot of time. I would take time. I go to therapy. I would not.
I would see some other people.
Exclusive dating.
She needs to see some other people.
Because this seems like it's more of a pattern for him. You're ready to commit.
Well, I have. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I have.
You have seen other people.
So I have. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And what's happening with that?
I've been bumbling, hinging it up.
Yes. Yes, girl.
I've been having a lot of fun meeting new people and going out for drinks and dinners and stuff like that. But I haven't found like anything that like really sparks,
Well, can we check in
and
with
I don't
you?
know if it's because
I think the next thing is like you've got to think about it, take in the advice, and then can we check back with you in like 3 or 4 weeks? Because, we don't judge. If you go back with him, then we're like all your girlfriends. We want you to be happy, but we want you mostly to take care of you.
Absolutely. And I was wondering, I was looking back at your podcast. Who is that? You had a couples therapist.
Yes, Lee Conan. You need to go see her. She's in Virginia.
You'll have to send me the information because it's one of the ones that because I had listened to those podcasts and I really liked her.
Yeah,
so
she's
I wasn't
awesome.
sure like if she had something like openings or whatever. And I guess that's one olive branch that I can try, see if he will do it too.
Well, one of the listeners gave some good advice. Penny Gerber says, maybe do a 1 to 2 month trial where you guys are dating, but don't do it publicly. Meaning, don't include your friends and your family in that until you're sure, because this time out, you got to be sure.
Yeah, this time it's like, this is
Yeah.
it.
I mean, my intuition is telling me no, only because the way he left you.
I know, mine is too. My intuition is no, too.
The way he left you, that's so painful.
You really have done a great job of standing back on your own 2 feet. You've been through it. You talked about how you went through it with his mom. I think you've really extended a lot to he and his family to, I don't know. But I want you to do what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we said. Like I said, if we are going to do this, if we are going to try this dating thing, it's going to be super hush-hush. I mean, thank God no one listens to this. None of my friends listen to the podcast, so they don't know yet.
Is that a little undercover shade? Thank God nobody
listening, so it's all good.
What are we up in here for?
Oh, my God. All right, Chrissy, we love you. We got to go. I have to go catch a flight, but we're going to check up with you in a couple weeks.
Sounds good. It sounds good.
Bye, hon. Love you.
Bye.
Bye, Chrissy.
You guys, be sure to leave a comment for Chrissy on the Facebook page. We love Paul Wharton. Check out Politics. New episode coming out this week.
Yes, coming out tomorrow at 2. This weekend, actually, I'm doing a fall open house. Look on my Instagram at Paul Wharton Style at Batar Cosmetic Institute on Saturday.
Awesome.
And on Sunday, the breast cancer event.
Busy guy. All right.
Booked.
We'll be back on Monday. Bye, Age. Bye, Luis.
Bye,
Bye,
Sarah.
guys.
Bye, everybody.
Get your mammogram.
Get your mammograms.
Oh, my God. What would you do? What would you do? I don't know. I don't think I